Hello, this is Sandy,
And this is Trina.
and we're back. We're
We are
back
back.
with another best video ever. And I only say that because it's such an important video. This is actually a part two to the benefit package. And if you've seen video one of the benefits package, I ended by saying there would be a flip side to that conversation.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because what we did do, just for a brief cap, we talked about how important relationships are and how they impact the living, but they also impact those that have passed on.
Mm-hmm.
And so we talked about the importance of protecting those relationships that need protecting, but your benefit packet and how you live. And if you haven't done any inventory, we talked about do some inventory, do some compartmentalizing, do some cleansing, taking out, just do some inventory that would help for you to have. I think Sandy called hers a beautiful benefit packet, right? And it's going to definitely not only impact her life, all the lives of the people she has contact with, but all of the people even after she's gone.
Well, Trina, I have a question for you. My question is, what happens if I'm wrong about how I think people will show up for me because of this benefit package I've put together?
I mean, I don't know what necessarily will happen, but I definitely know that
What if they
when
don't show up? They don't do all these things that I expect them to do. They don't take care of the things I expect them. I just assume because I've poured into these people and I believe that I'm leaving this beautiful example of how I've lived. And so then my dreams, my hopes, my prayers are not what I thought they would be.
I think you just described life. I do think that, I mean, we all have and take that risk.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is one of the reasons it's important
Right.
to take inventory, right? You take inventory of those relationships, but know the benefit packet. Know what the relationship is, but with experience, you're going to learn what the relationship isn't.
Right.
And so I answer that with some unknown, right? We have
Mm-hmm.
to kind of experience some things, but it is important to examine what is this relationship, and how is it going to lead me?
Right.
How is it going to guide me?
Right.
And even if it leads you astray, you
Mm-hmm.
want to know that. You want to know kind of what these kinds of relationships that we usually are in,
Mm-hmm.
what benefit do they add to
Right.
your life? Because one of the things that you did say was there is a flip side.
Correct.
And so the flip side of these, what we hope to be very good relationships, the flip side is they may not be very good for us. And so when we're grieving, and we will again and again and again, when we are grieving, we got to know, who those people are to us. And maybe, like you've said before, the experience of rejection.
Right.
And so how would that look? You have all these expectations of this relationship, and it doesn't turn out to be
Well, I can
what you
tell you from personal experience, it is a very real possibility that you could face the flip side of this, where you feel that the person, your loved one who's passed on, has poured into so many and has done so many things,
hmm
and you have an expectation of some sort with the people that you are, you know, in relationships with, family, friends. You think you have a good idea of how the person or persons will support you.
hmm
And the flip side of that is it is a real reality that you might not get what you expect. And
hmm
so you, I don't know if it's easier to not have an expectation,
hmm
um, or to have one and hope you're not disappointed. Because of my personal experience, I choose not to have any expectations.
Mm.
And I think that's just me protecting myself
Mm-hmm.
and not being disappointed for the letdown.
Mm-hmm. And people are human, so
Mm-hmm.
people will definitely let you down. And so then how do we examine that flip side of the benefit
Right.
package? You could do that. You know, we often refer to that as being guarded,
Mm-hmm.
right? You could guard the kinds of relationships that you're open up to, that you will accept, because people will definitely let you down.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when you do have an expectation, this is my loved one, they lived a life of service, they helped everyone. Everyone knew they benefited from whatever event, however they showed up. And then once they pass on, no one pretty much remembered or showed up or took care of some of the things that they left undone.
Mm-hmm.
A task. It could be your roof is leaking, and you know for a fact that your loved one helped many people get their roofs fixed. And so that's the kind of the flip side of the expectation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's almost like we would be better off not expecting anything.
Right.
But the truth is we cannot live that way. It is in our advantage
Mm-hmm.
to examine the benefit packet.
And that's where the flip side also comes in at is it's so important to take inventory, because if you're truly taking inventory frequently, not
Mm-hmm.
here and there, but mindfully, and making sure that what's in that packet really belongs there.
Mm.
Because if you're not careful and you're not cleaning, organizing, taking inventory,
Mm-hmm.
you will find yourself in a very, very uncomfortable situation.
Mm-hmm. It just, you just made me think about birds of a feather. They
Mm.
flock together.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's true, but not so true.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason it's not so true because there are some birds that just are they're going alone to get along,
Mm-hmm.
and they have no intention of anything other than going alone to get along. But when it comes down to leading,
Mm-hmm.
straying away from that flock or whatever, they will do what's best for them
Right.
and not the flock at all.
Right.
And so they say they birds of a feather flock together. That does not necessarily mean they're going to think alike,
Right.
and they're just going to be together.
Mm-hmm.
So that is some business to handle too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who's together with me,
Mm-hmm.
and who do I expect that's going to show up if I lose my husband, and my husband has poured into all of these people. I might have a huge expectation
Mm-hmm.
that these people will pour into me.
Right.
But the fact that they did not, I'm going to protect me
Mm-hmm.
in that. I don't want you, our dear friends there, to harbor that disappointment,
Right.
to harbor that anger, that hurt, that people let you down.
Mm-hmm.
And they will.
And they will.
They will not show up in the way that your loved one that you lost had showed up for them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's important that you just keep
Absolutely.
enhancing your own benefit packet, that you can't gauge how others live.
Mm-hmm.
You can only gauge how you keep pouring in and pouring out. And so for all of us that are guarded, and we all can get that way, I'm going to ask you to do a homework assignment. And each chance you get, let's just take off one layer of the guard, that we might find ourselves loving someone operating in the raw. And so we want to make sure that we can protect ourselves, but
Mm-hmm.
in a way that helps us just kind of also open up.
Right.
Let's take a chance. Ooh,
Right.
take a chance on love.
Take a chance on love.
Take a chance on
And
love.
although I am guarded, I am mindful. I'm intentional. It has made me sharper in my thinking and in my response,
Mm-hmm.
but I give more now than before.
Amen.
So it is with a full heart that I speak to you, because it is something that I think once you experience it, you can do one of two things. You can completely shut down and choose not to participate at all in life.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the other option where we choose to participate mindfully, willingly, openly, and lovingly.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's the better choice, right?
Yeah.
Because we all have to be here. Why not be here with a full heart and to love on one another and to be mindful of how important it is? We all will meet that fateful day. And when
Mm-hmm.
we do, we hope we've done a job well done in God's eyes,
Yeah.
and leave our loved ones with wonderful memories and blessings that we can pass down and pass on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really good subject. Trina touched on so many great parts of it, because it is a big subject.
Yeah, it is. It's a big subject.
It's a big subject.
Yeah. And it's that how we live, how we die, and those things in between.
Right.
And then our own experience with grief. That's a in between.
Right.
And then how we're gonna, you know, pass on,
Mm-hmm.
and what we leave behind. And so that's really, it is a big subject. It is a big subject. But I will say this. I want to give you this before we go, that most of our disappointments in life or as a result of the expectation of someone else.
Wow.
So we expected you to treat me, respond to me, behave this way. You knew what my loved one did for you. We have these expectations, and I tell you that our disappointments, most of them are as a result of what we expected someone else to do.
Right.
And the only way we can get around it is do your part.
Right. And that's really it right there. When I witnessed what I expected and was let down and disappointed, it only made me want to be nothing like that, if that makes sense. I wanted to make sure I was never really intentional, or I wasn't really mindful. I just, wasn't purposely thinking of these things prior to. But now it's so important how I navigate through this life. It's so important how I respect and manage my relationships, because I know how it feels to be let down and disappointed. And I never want to let down or disappoint anyone intentionally. So I think that's what we're saying. Be mindful.
Be mindful. Be mindful. Enhance your benefit pack.
Enhance it.
And share it.
And share, because like we said, there is two parts. There's, the first part we talked about, and then this flip side. But it's a very healthy discussion to talk about, and really important.
Yeah, I agree.
So we hope that you like this video, and we hope that you take this and share it with your family and friends, and get some conversation going around the subject, and hear what you hear, and share what you have to say in regards to it. You'll find that not everybody agrees.
Not everybody agrees.
But that's okay. That's okay. That's just part of it. And we listen and we learn. So we hope that we will see you next time. We've enjoyed you. And remember, don't forget to visit your lighthouse.
It'll help you find your way out of the darkness.
Until next time.
Tell them to hit like and share.
Please hit like and share. And if you have any comments or questions for us, please don't hesitate. Put it down in the comment section, and we would love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.